Welcome back to another episode of the House Aquarius podcast. It is your favorite Aquarius here. Make a wish, hit a drop you with some random information. Oh my goodness. So basically right now, I'm in the parking lot sitting there waiting for the store to open up because, that's what I do nowadays. I just early all the damn time, pissing me off. Excuse me. But I'm in the process, like I said before in my other episode, that I am I am transitioning into better learning information to become a much better life coach. So as I'm watching this course I'm going through right now, this thing dawned upon me while I'm listening to some of this information. Like psychologically speaking, there's a whole bunch of things that is really becoming more food surface. Alright, so over the past week, I've been listening to other like random podcasts in regards to life coaching, taking courses for life coaching, listening to more things about psychotherapy, psychological analysis, and other like mental aspects in regards to how people operate and how the human mind works. And so what I'm coming to the conclusion, which is actually very, very, very odd. So two things. The number one thing that I'm listening to is that everyone takes information that they're learning and interpret it to some form of reasonable understanding for themselves. They keep making these labels and stuff, like these different personality labels. Let's say like the DISC test, and there's a bunch of those out there. But everyone encapsulates some form of characteristics and group them under certain umbrellas for what makes sense for those small few labels. All right, but every time I listen to these things, I'm listening to it and I'm thinking about it in the mindset of astrology. And when things get branched off, I'm like, okay, this aspect here is Leo, this dynamic here is Virgoian. These kind of things that I keep listening to it. Like everyone keeps getting, the mindset that I'm getting right now is everything is like validated through the sciences and the mainstream aspect for trying to find pieces in different life-altering situational things for information that can easily be found in astrology. And as I'm going through, like, I keep seeing that the biggest thing that people keep doing when they're going through this psychotherapeutic stuff and looking at things from a different perspective of understanding how the mind works and why people do things is that, well, for now, is that they want an explanation. The things that I'm learning for how people act and why people react the way they act always tend to be a patch. Like they're getting a short answer for why someone did something for this particular reason because of something that is a humanistic nature, of something that all humans deal with normally. But psychologically speaking, everyone has different different results and different reactions to how things come our way. We interpret things differently. That's obviously a given. All right. But how we react to each thing naturally is what I keep on finding I'm not seeing in this psychological aspect stuff. All right. Everyone is getting, this is the number two, is everyone is saying they're getting the why people work the way they work off of the situation they're incorporated to. But the astrological part to it is, if you dive a little deeper into the birth chart, I'm seeing that is actually the why. Like the patchwork that I'm seeing from what information I'm getting from this, like much higher into like 15, 20, 35 years of fucking psychological research and master's degrees, all the good shit, whatever. All the labels they're using are touching upon the aspect of why people do certain things a certain kind of way. But nothing is particularly dealing with, like how I prefer, is dealing with the problem. Like, I'm telling you that you as a person there's a good chance that you might react to this situation this kind of way because that's a natural mindset from a person, from human's body chemistry to do something like this nature. But you may not directly do it if you may not, because of the fact that you, as the same as Aquarius, may not react that way. But you, as a Capricorn, may do this because that's how the Capricorns are. See, these are things that, like, it stripped me out. Like, how astrology is viewed as a pseudoscience. And I respect the fact that people don't want to give it its credibility, which is okay. Because, like I said, I'm not trying to change the world with everyone having access to astrology, because it's a tool. Astrology is a tool for my testing and research I've been doing of this so far, and I'm still on top level stuff. Okay, I'm still top level. I'm not deep down yet, but everything is like it's a tool of information of personality traits and characteristics, and we actually fully get into the food analysis of a birth chart, actually fully understand how a certain person operates. Every label that you can have as from a psychology standpoint, can be placed to certain parts of the birth chart. Possibly, maybe, but the thing is, you can find a much better direct answer for why they are the way they are. Like, because one thing I was listening to one the other day talk about everyone has these labels because they have their the medical labels. Medical labels put onto us. Medical labels they put onto us that we have this such disorder, this such symptom, and that the medication they give will alleviate that problem. Where from what I've been seeing, there are certain situations where the person has been acting the way they're acting, or the child been acting the way they're acting, or the person is where they're at because of their traits as a sign. Like, from what I've been seeing across this board, like I said, if you listen to my sometime episode of Sagittarian kids tend to be a lot more outgoing and get into more trouble because the energy they're more always constantly doing these kind of things. And from what I've been hearing is that a lot more Sagittarian kids or Arian kids have been just being popped these pills for saying they have ADHD and they don't listen, and they have these big trauma problems because they don't want to fucking do what everyone's telling them to do. They rather do what they're trying to do because that's how they focus life. And like I said, those labeling kid ADHD or ADD or either or, compared to addressing the fact that that is what they do because of Arian signs and Sagittarius signs or whatever kid it may be. You know what I'm saying? There are different aspects that are going into play. And these are things that are more common to be because of the fact that they are Sagittarian, they're a Virgoine or whatever. Like, everything here that I'm seeing is more along of patching the problem and actually addressing what the actual issue is. Whereas if you look in the astrology aspect, you can actually dive into the information and see where the actual problem lies, and not necessarily deal with the problem, but you know how to properly address the situation if you're not getting the results that you want to see from what you're pandering into. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I am so glad that I have dove into astrology where I'm at right now, while I'm trying to get not life coaching coaching license, but I'm learning more stuff to become a better life coach so that I can properly deal with pushing people in the right direction with the proper answers. Because like I said, I don't like patching shit. I don't like, you could expect for me to be a kind of life coach that's not going to be like, oh, you got a problem here, let me feed your saltiness and feel your emotions, keep you on this cocaine here to have you come back and keep paying me more shit. No, I'm the kind of person who's going to try and find out what the problem is, figure out where it is, address the problem so that I don't ever have to see you again, and next time I talk to you, you're fucking 5 times better off than what I was the first time I met you, you know? That's the kind of person I am, and that's why I am so glad that, like I said, what I'm seeing, again, like I said, I'm a tester. I'm going to keep constantly going through more information because I have so much more information to go into for my own personal confidence level building for being a life coach and proper information, that I'm going to keep seeing more psychological, medical, therapeutic information, I'm going to be approaching it with the astrological standpoint, you know? So this is actually really eye-opening, and I just wanted to make sure I drop this quick nugget of information. Because like I said, a lot of people may or may not care about this information, but this matters to me. Because like I said, I want to make sure that the world is able to grow further. People are more able to find happiness inside themselves. And you can't find happiness if you're always being told constantly lies or deceptions or misconfusions where they're not actually properly feeding you what you need to give you the results you really want. So I'm glad I'm me. I'll put it like that. I'm just glad I'm me. And I hope you guys enjoy this little rant, because this is actually very informational. And I'm going to keep going with this. So, as always, my friends, stay classy. Be you. I love that. That's my catchphrase. Be you, man. That shit matters. Make a wish out.